This versus this plus Garfield. We're going to use these Sennheiser HD280 Pros to represent our headphones just because they couldn't be more the opposite of our contender that you never buy. You just end up with them by default, or at least you used to, Apple EarPods. They're the ones with this cord that ends in a lightning connector, and you can buy them for $19. And these cost $100. So why on John's dad's farm would anybody choose these dinky ear swabs over these magnificently cushy cans? Do they not know? Do they not have a choice?
My boat's gone. My candy's gone. Dead pirates are coming any minute.
Whoa, you may say, clutching your buds in unfettered taken abackness. They're compact, convenient, mobile. That was smooth. Mobile.
I remember back when all we had were wood-burning cats. What do they think of next?
Bizarre.
Okay, I get your point. You know what I also get? Garfield. Let's go back to 30 years ago, or maybe let's not and stay right here in 2021 and talk about the past. Garfield, he's an orange cat. He used to be a big deal, bigger than Alf ever was, and now he gets a bad rap. People saying he's not good enough. We'll get back to that. So what does everyone and John's grandma say that earbuds lack? Bass.
Bass.
Okay, do they?
Lack bass.
I've got charty charts. Here's the Sennheiser's general profile. Are we gonna disprove some myths? Oh, okay. No, we're not. EarPods have a lot less bass than probably all the headphones. But wait, what is bass?
What is soul?
Garfield, let's stay on track. Low end. Something you can feel. You need mass to create it. Not that this is a competition or anything, but if you want to truly experience bass, you'd want loudspeakers, or whatever people are calling them now. Rectangular boxes with woofers in them, or even subwoofers. Big things that can reproduce low frequencies that punch you in the colon. You're not going to get bass punched in the colon with a pair of EarPods, or headphones either. You're missing out on those colon punchy vibes. But why do I love headphones the best even though I'm missing out on something? See what I'm doing here? I'm making a point about how you can like a thing despite or because of its limitations. Why do I like headphones so much?
Why?
Because it's just good sounding on your head. You don't have to treat your room or think about whether it's wrong to have the same song on repeat for 2 hours. It's on repeat because I'm in the zone and this song is keeping me here, Doc Boy.
Thanks, Lord.
Headphones are smaller than loudspeakers or any larger speakers, but they are right on your ears, the headphones. Okay, so you've got a good set of chunky funks, as nobody calls them, but you're missing out on that feeling of getting hit with sound waves that punch you in the colon. So they're better than I would assume them to be. I can hear the bass instruments just fine with these, but their texture is more apparent than their mass. Also, percussive hits stand out more clearly when I listen on these. The overall difference is it's like a narrower view. Maybe it's like having glasses that are very small and don't cover your entire field of view versus big 1980s glasses that are so big you can barely see the rims, but I don't wear glasses, so that might be a bad analogy. These get tangled up so easy. Any kind of cable that isn't like this, you think, oh, these are this way so they don't take up a lot of space. You can have cables like this all like bunched up and they don't tangle. Every time I put these down, these tangle. I know like wireless is the whole thing now. And yeah, you can use like Find My Buds. And so you don't gotta worry about losing them anymore. But in the case of these, there's like the volume control here. So there used to be like play. I don't know if you could play. Hey, there's a microphone. Microphone symbol. I never use that. Yeah, I mean, I hear myself normal. I mean, there's some high frequency drop. I typically don't like sticking things in my ears. It's not bad. There's some kinds of earbuds. They have the little rubber condoms on them. They always fall off. They kind of drive me crazy. I mean, I think it's fine. It just slides in. It's so glossy. Yeah, so it doesn't really feel like it's sticking in my ear. It's not like an earplug. I've used earplugs in the past. I mean, I've gotten used to them. I just generally don't like it. Because I feel like what you're doing when you stick things in your ears, you're just sending all the wax. I guess unless you clean your ears like every time you go to like put EarPods in. It's just that idea that you're pushing wax into your ear. And then it gets to where you can't get it, and then it's all clogged up on your eardrum. And you know what? I don't use earplugs anymore. And I also haven't had to like flush out my ears. So is that a thing? I don't know. Is it a phobia? That's why I don't like sticking things in my ear. That's my feeling on that. But this isn't invasive. Like, there are surgeries that are much more invasive than this.
This is the best electronics clinic in town.
You put this on and it's more immersive. It isolates you from the world, which for me is a good thing. They're soft and cushy, but also heavier, which, again, this is about comparing opposites. People who listen on stuff like this are used to listening on stuff like this. I think the human mind sort of takes whatever is average for it and normalizes it to be like, oh, well, these are good because that's what I'm used to listening to. And then you might go to these and be like, whoa, the bass is like too heavy on these. Well, that's just because you're not used to listening to bass, and then you would have to like transition, and then you might go back and be like, how did I ever listen on these? Well, you did, because your brain normalizes whatever is average for it.
Since when did you like pumpkin innards?
Pooey! Since never. Blech.
Just for the sake of saying it, I don't have AirPods. That would be the second generation 2019 AirPods. And I also don't have AirPod Pros, also from 2019. I never put them in my ears, and maybe I've never even seen them in real life. Do they even really exist, or is this all just some deep state conspiracy?
Deep state conspiracy.
But what I can do is layer graphs on top of each other. So for what it's worth, these are EarPods versus AirPods, mostly the same with a little boost between the threshold of mids and treble. And then those versus AirPods Pro, which notably has more bass. There you go. Back to bass. So if you need size or mass or volume or square footage to generate bass, because it's kind of a scientific way of saying it, but it's slower moving sound waves. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Tweeters produce higher frequencies because they vibrate faster.
Yes.
Faster moving sound waves.
All right.
So they can be smaller because it's like versus like something that has to go like this. Am I being too technical in my explanation of sound waves? So if you need size to generate bass because bass is slower sound waves, and tweeters produce higher frequencies because they vibrate faster, so they can be smaller. Woofers then need to be bigger because they need more room to do this. Earbuds are tiny, so how do they make bass? But when you have a sound source sealed right at the opening of your ear hole, it just funnels that bass right in. I'll go with that. So what do I use these for? Basic utility. You can be right next to someone and they won't be able to hear anything. Plus they're compact, so I can just grab them for whatever reason. So if I can't sleep and I want to watch a video in bed, no matter how loud they are, the sound doesn't bleed out. It's easy to be like, oh, I don't need this or that. I just listen to music right here. I'm not going anywhere. I don't need open back headphones. I don't want to hear people. I don't listen to music when I'm running. I don't even run. I don't get any exercise.
Exercise. And be sure to feed him a lot of.
I don't need these. Just sit here with my nice headphones. EarPods are like the Garfield of most things. Underrated for what they are.
I'm starting to like them already.
In the 80s and the first half of the 90s, Garfield was a big deal. He was in all media, and it was deserved.
Gimme.
Anyway, that's my video about EarPods.
Is everybody ready? Here we go!
What are other words for headphones? Like chunky nuxes? Ear candy?
I've had nightmares that look like birthday parties compared to tonight.